Sir?
There's nothing in the rules of criminal procedure for me to respond to your motion to dismiss until we have a hearing.
Your Honor,
It's set for today.
you are in default September 1st, 2022, as well as Mr. Lawson. He received his August 22nd, 2022, and he's also in default September 1st, 2022 for lack of jurisdiction over the sovereign UN sovereign citizen, sovereign, okay? If you would like to see my federal apostle to where we can subpoena the Secretary of State and he could come and testify on behalf of my UN sovereign.
You're the United Nations.
I'm a United Nations sovereign, reserved, UCC 1-308.
What's UCC 1-308?
UCC 1-308.
What is it?
Sir, if you'd like to see this, you're more than welcome to see this. I cannot enter it as evidence,
Let me see it.
but it is where I reserve my
What
rights.
are you talking about UCC for?
UCC 1-308, sir.
What is that? What is it?
I am a UN sovereign.
Okay, but what's UCC 1308? Because that's in Mr. Lambert's world, in my world, and I may be speaking for him, but that's the Uniform Commercial Code. So what are you talking about?
I am a UN sovereign. So I challenge your jurisdiction. Okay, I gave you 10 days. You all for jurisdiction over the subject as well as the person as a living entity. I'm the only living soul in this courtroom.
I'm sorry?
I said I'm the only living man in this courtroom.
Okay.
So at this time, I demand that it be dismissed without prejudice for lack of jurisdiction in propria persona, jurisdictional challenge.
Your Honor, I would like.
So are you done with your motion, Mr. Johnson?
It's the demand to dismiss, Your Honor, with prejudice
Okay.
for lack of jurisdiction.
Okay. Mr.
Well,
Lambert.
obviously, the Commonwealth does not agree that the charges should be dismissed. We can write out a written brief if that's what's required at some point, but I'll just put on the record now that our state's response to jurisdictional challenges KRS 500.060 states that any crime committed in the state of Kentucky by a person is subject to the jurisdiction of the state's courts. KRS 500.080 defines the person, amongst other things, as any human being that has a driver's license, a social security number, or one in the court. I believe you don't need an expert to confirm that he's a human being. The Kentucky Constitution, Section 113, lays out the district courts and gives them jurisdiction to anything the legislature and General Assembly decide to give. KRS 24A.110 gives the district courts, specifically through that legislation, jurisdiction over any misdemeanors and violations that occur. And these are misdemeanors and violations that are these charges. And specifically, I probably should have said this earlier, but venue as to this specific court having jurisdiction, KRS 452.510 gives venue to the county in which the alleged misdemeanors or violations occurred. And then just lastly, a court case, Commonwealth versus Cheeks, Supreme Court, Kentucky case 698 SW 2D 832, just goes through all the jurisdiction for a district court case and kind of lays out all the stuff that I just mentioned. And that's really all of our response. The rest of that is the UCC and things we just do not believe is applicable to a criminal case in the state of Kentucky.
Do you want to respond to that, Mr. Johnson?
Your Honor, there is no victim. Okay, where's the victim? And the state cannot be a victim as well as has jurisdiction over the man, the living man, not the person, the man, a man, as my jurisdictional challenge with affidavit stated. And that is a federal, and that, like I said, that's the only copy, so I will have to get that back.
I'm going to give it back to you.
Thank you, sir.
Did you notice that it says, I'm not even sure what that document is, but did you notice it says for use in Jamaica?
Your Honor, if you would like to subpoena the Secretary of State,
I'm not subpoenaing
Okay, well, he will come and testify on behalf of my sovereignty. And Mr. Lawson is also does not have jurisdiction over a man, the U.N.Sovereign. And my rights have been violated. 42 U.S.C. 1983.
I would just challenge Mr. Johnson to produce a Supreme Court case that shows that non-citizens are not subject to criminal sanctions in the United States. Even if you
Objection.
were a non-citizen,
Objection, Your Honor.
which we don't.
Objection, Your Honor.
What's your objection, Mr. Johnson?
Everything he just said, I object to it, okay? Because, as I said before, he is in dishonor for my judicial challenge with affidavit because there was no respond, okay? And I have my postal service number with that contract, okay? So today I demand that this be dismissed for lack of jurisdiction over the God-living man, not the person.
Motion's denied, based on current Kentucky case law. So give this back to Mr. Johnson.
Then, Your Honor, I make the motion to dismiss for change of venue for a federal court case in the interest of justice.
You're asking for me to change the venue to a federal court?
No, Your Honor, you do not have jurisdiction. You denied my motion, okay? So I'm asking that it be dismissed for lack of jurisdiction because this is not the court and for the interest of justice. Because neither party, and I've also served Mr. Coron, also got the affidavit, a signed affidavit, and also Sarah Corey, which I thought she was the prosecuting attorney, but it was as Mr. Lambert, Mr. Lawson, so they are all in default.
Well, that's not the way it works.
Your Honor,
So the motion to dismiss is denied. Okay, now, do you want me to appoint you a lawyer?
I practice the private personal administration procedure. Okay, I do not need a lawyer because I have a right to challenge jurisdiction at any given time of a court case. Okay, this is my right. It's my Sixth Amendment right.
Mr. Johnson,
I am Daniel Wayne Johnson, the beneficiary, the U.N.Sovereign, the administrator of the Johnson Trust.
do you want me to set this for another pretrial conference?
Sir, I'm asking you that you dismiss it.
Okay, I've told you I'm not dismissing it. I don't have jurisdiction to dismiss it.
Then, if you do, then we will be subpoenaing the Secretary of State, Mr. Adams.
Okay, you do that. If that's what you choose. to
Your
do,
Honor, I'm asking you to dismiss it for lack of jurisdiction.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, I don't have the jurisdiction to dismiss it. Based on a very recent court of appeals opinion talking about dismissals, I don't have the jurisdiction to do it.
Your Honor, that's in state statutes court, not in federal court, as a U.N.Sovereign.
Then maybe you need to file a motion to remove this to federal court and take it up with Judge Stivers.
Well, I just ask you to dismiss
I
for
can't do it.
dismiss for lack of jurisdiction.
Mr. Johnson, I don't have the jurisdiction to do it.
Okay, Your Honor, then I will write the motions and I will put them in myself.
Make sure you provide for a notice of hearing,
Your Honor,
and you do a proper certificate of service under the criminal rules of procedure.
let it be known, court clerk, please let it be known that the judge, as well as the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Mr. Lawson, is in default and in dishonor because they have not responded to my jurisdictional challenge with affidavit over the subject and the individual man.
So, do you want me to schedule another pretrial conference for you to give you time to do these motions you're talking about?
Your Honor, I suggest that you dismiss the case.
Okay, well, I told you I don't have the jurisdiction to do that, Mr. Johnson. So we need to move forward.
I don't understand.
Well, I'm sorry.
I do not understand.
That's why I offered to appoint you a lawyer.
I do not need a lawyer. I practice in a private personal administration. I am my own lawyer. I am my own banker. I am a secured private investor.
Okay. I'm not gonna sit here and play, I'm not gonna sit here and do verbal gymnastics. The motion to dismiss is denied. I'm gonna reset this for another pretrial conference. And I suggest that you get some type of assistance to help you do these proceedings.
Your Honor, I ask that you push motion of default for lack of response to the following parties: Judge Potter, Ms. Corey, Mr. Karan, and Mr. Lawson, because none of you have responded to my judicial challenge with affidavit, who I have sent through the Federal Postal Service as a third party, and I find you in default.
Your Honor, I understand what's going on here, but
Oh,
just since I've been accused of dishonor or whatever,
I understand.
And I own the
did
courts.
receive the citation that lists the charges, so you have notice of why we believe we have jurisdiction and everything from the citation. I did appear at this hearing with a response with citations to our criminal statutes and our Constitution. So I feel like I'm complying. The motion itself said it was an affidavit.
You're-
It's a motion that normally has a response.
Your Honor, I gave him 10 days to respond because being that they're supposed to have jurisdiction, they should have that. I think it was 7, maybe 10, but lack of responding is admitting to default and violations.
I appeared at this hearing date to respond.
And I've got a sneaking, I've got an idea that I may or may not know what you're trying to accomplish, I don't know. But make sure that you understand the law in all facets.
Your Honor,
I'm gonna reset this case to November 3, 2022 at 10 a.m. for another pretrial conference. I told you I can't dismiss it because I don't have the jurisdiction to do it, based on the grounds that you've asserted.
I object from that, Your Honor.
These are charges of violating Kentucky penal statutes that were alleged to have happened in Warren County, Kentucky. And based on the nature of these charges, this court has both proper venue and proper jurisdiction.
Your Honor,
So that's it.
can you please tell me who the victim is? Who is the victim in this case? And where is the victim? I have the right to face my accuser or my victim face to face.
That would be
Okay.
Officer Allen, because this is what,
He cannot be a witness and also a representative for the state.
sure he can.
Your Honor,
This is what-
objection.
This is what the, I guess, case law or whatever you want to say would call a victimless crime. It's a crime against the Commonwealth. It violates their penal.
Your Honor, the Commonwealth does not have a heartbeat. Is this a Admiral Court or is this a UCC court?
Neither of the above. This is not a court of admiralty, it's not admiral, it's admiralty, and it's not a court, I mean, granted, the UCC may be relevant in this court. but
Yes,
I'm
Your Honor, it
unaware of
is.
any- I'm unaware of any court that is the UCC court. There are tax courts, there's Board of Claims, there's other courts in the federal system that
There's law of the land, law of the water, and God's law.
But all I know right now is that you were charged with 3 violations of a statute in Kentucky.
I haven't been charged.
And this court has jurisdiction and venue.
I object, Your Honor.
This for a supplemental pretrial conference on November 3 at 10 o'clock.
I object.
Okay? So this hearing is over.
Let it be known that they are in default and I own the court and this case shall be dismissed.
All right, and then if we can't get
For the
somebody-
record.
I'm sorry.
For the record, let it be known that the court is in default and dishonor. I am Daniel Wayne Johnson, the beneficiary, U.N.Sovereign, the administrator of the Johnson Trust, and the Johnson Trust has been violated.
Do you have a trust agreement or a trust document? Like an inter vivos trust, or was it a testamentary trust?
It's a revocable trust, foreign
So
trust.
It's a irrevocable or revocable?
It's a irrevocable.
Irrevocable.
But that doesn't matter, but I can, but, so we will see you possibly on November. If not, we'll probably handle it prior to that through my private administrative court system, as well as the postal service, which has already been in default. And I have my receipts and I have my return numbers, Your Honor.
Well, you can always appeal it upstairs to circuit.
Sir, I'm saying it shall be dismissed.
And I'm saying that I'm saying I can't dismiss it. on behalf
Then you will
of
be,
this-
you will be in default.
Okay. I know what you're saying, Mr. Johnson, and you're borderline threatening the court.
No, sir, Your Honor, I'm not
I
threatening.
perceive it to be a threat, or
I'm not-
something
no,
that's
sir.
threatening me as an individual.
No violence, no, sir.
Then I will respond accordingly.
Okay, well, I'm not threatening you with violence at all. I learned to use the court system
But let's just.
as a
make sure we're
private
clear.
administrative procedure.
Let's just make sure we're clear. You need to make sure you understand all facets of the law if you're gonna walk down that slippery slope.
Your Honor, I've done a jurisdictional challenge,
I know what you're
and
saying.
nobody has responded to my jurisdiction.
Mr. Johnson, the rules don't provide, there's nothing in the criminal rules of procedure that says you file a motion. You set a motion for a hearing, for us to have a hearing, which we're doing today. So when you file that motion, I don't respond to motions, that's not my role. And Mr. Lambert, it was noticed for today, and Mr. Lambert has responded at the hearing in accordance with the criminal rules of procedure. The motion to dismiss is denied, the case is continued to November 3. Make sure you understand what you're doing if you choose to do something else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, you too.
It's okay for me? Thank you, sir. God bless you.